What will be an historic night in our nation's capital just a short time from now. President Biden will deliver his first address to a joint session of Congress and to the American people. The president speaking to the nation on the eve of his first 100 days in office. This is day 99. He took office, of course, at a time of great challenge, this once-in-a-century pandemic, millions of jobs lost. And he's expected to declare tonight that this country is turning peril into possibility, crisis into opportunity, setback into strength. But it will look a lot different tonight. Just 200 people in the House chamber in this pandemic, usually about 8 times that, about 1,600 lawmakers and dignitaries for these addresses to Congress. But in this pandemic, they will be socially distanced and there will be no guests. It will be far more intimate. President Biden with a chance to address a nation, millions at home, who are, of course, hoping for a new chapter in this pandemic. But there are also so many other issues, the long overdue reckoning on race, justice, and policing, the economy, jobs, climate, and a president who knows this is a nation deeply divided. He's been working on a speech for days, fine-tuning, they say, his message. The Capitol tonight will be under tight security. The speech delayed in part because of the pandemic, his work on his COVID relief bill, but also because of security concerns after the attack on the Capitol. And the president will try to leverage support from the American people on his handling of the pandemic on what comes next. He hopes infrastructure, jobs, universal pre-K, and paid leave. Of course, critics asking about the cost already. Here's our senior White House correspondent, Mary Bruce, leading us off from the Hill tonight.
Tonight, President Biden putting the finishing touches on a presidential address like none we've ever seen before. The usually packed House chamber will be largely empty. Just 200 people instead of the usual 1,600. Only a fraction of Congress will be there. From the Supreme Court, just Chief Justice John Roberts attending. The full cabinet won't be present either, so no need for the usual designated survivor. No special guests in the First Lady's box either. Everyone who is in the chamber, socially distanced and in masks. But there will be history made. For the first time ever, 2 women, the vice president and the House Speaker, will be sitting over the president's shoulders. The speech, a chance for Biden to tout his accomplishments so far. According to excerpts, he will tell Americans, 100 days since I took the oath of office, lifted my hand off our family Bible, and inherited a nation in crisis. The worst pandemic in a century, the worst economic crisis since the Great Depression, the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. Now, after just 100 days, I can report to the nation, America is on the move again. One day after telling vaccinated Americans they could lose their masks outside.
Good afternoon.
His handling of the pandemic will be front and center in tonight's remarks.
We're saving thousands of lives and more as each day goes by.
But the president will also highlight what comes next, his recovery push, urging Congress to pass his $2 trillion infrastructure bill and unveiling a new sweeping child care and education plan. Calling for universal pre-K for all 3- and 4-year-olds, 2 years of tuition-free community college, subsidized child care for low-income families, and 12 weeks of paid family leave. The cost, $1.8 trillion.
Another multi-trillion-dollar smorgasbord of liberal social engineering.
The president now asking Congress to pass a total of more than $4 trillion in new spending and to pay for it by raising taxes on the most wealthy Americans.
He'll make that case tonight. Mary Bruce live in the Capitol. And Mary, President Biden, we know, has watched so many of these speeches in that chamber. 36 years as a senator, 8 years as vice president, standing behind President Obama. Tonight, of course, it's his turn, and he will try to rally the country, declaring, as you said there, that America is on the move again.
David, the president is going to try to build off the goodwill he's earned through his handling of this pandemic. But he will argue that the country still has a lot to prove, saying, quote, we have to prove democracy still works, that our government still works and can deliver for the people. David.
All right, Mary Bruce, thank you. Mary will be right here with us tonight. I hope you'll join us right here for the president's address. I'll be joined by Mary, Martha Raddatz, Cecilia Vega, Lindsay Davis, John Carl, our powerhouse political team, all here. Live coverage of President Biden's address to a joint session of Congress, 9 p.m. Eastern. That's right here on ABC.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.